Hey guys, it's Bailey from Making Up the Midwest, and this is going to be a review and demo of the IT Cosmetics Your Most Radiant You 5-piece collection. This is exclusive to QVC, and they actually sent this to me in anticipation of a today's special value they're going to have. I reviewed a few of these on the channel. I have never been disappointed, so I was really excited when I found out that they were going to send this to me. As it turns out, it's an awesome set, so I wanted to walk you through each of the products, compare them to some of the other products that are similar in the line, as well as show you a demo of how I use them. So if you want to see all that, please continue watching. So for starters, here's everything that comes in the set. You get the Celebration Foundation Illumination. Mine is in the shade Light. I'm going to compare this to the original Celebration Foundation. Then you also get a CC Plus Radiance Ombre Blush. I think this is brand new, and it's the first ombre product I have tried. It's this beautiful kind of rosy toned ombre blush, obviously, that goes from a blush all the way to a highlighter. I'll show you how I use that. You also get a brush in this set. I find it works best to apply the foundation with, however, I do in the demo apply the blush with this as well. You get their No Tug Waterproof Gel Eyeliner. This is in the shade Black Brown. And then you also get the Hello Lashes Extensions Mascara, 24-hour lash extending fiber mascara, and very similar to their other Hello Lashes mascara, which I'll also be talking about in this video. So I'm going to walk through these products, let you know my thoughts on them, and just to make things easiest, I'm going to go through the order in which I applied them. So first up is the foundation. Now, a lot of you may have heard about me talking about the Celebration Foundation. In fact, even in a recent video, I was talking about it because from the day I used it, it has been my holy grail powder foundation. Absolutely love it. I'll put a link, a more detailed review in the info bar below rather than giving you a full review here. Bottom line, it lasts all day. It applies very smoothly and evenly. It's very as emollient as a powder can be, it is, and so it just glides on the skin very smoothly. It really buffs away any fine lines, any imperfections, just to even out the skin tone, and it leaves skin looking flawless. I'm actually not wearing any under eye concealer today, and granted I am wearing the Illumination foundation as opposed to the Celebration. Both have very similar effects. And the lasting power is phenomenal with both of these. The difference between the two is that the Illumination foundation contains a slight sheen to it. I don't want to say highlight because obviously there's not an overwhelming amount of highlight on my face, but it definitely has a built-in highlighter to it. Now, this is both good and bad. I find myself gravitating towards the Illumination foundation on days when my skin's a little dull, haven't had time to exfoliate. It just needs a little bit of something extra. However, if you have combination skin or oily skin like I do, you might find that the Celebration foundation, just the normal one, is best for you. So I find there is a place for both. However, depending on your skin type and what the finish you tend to prefer, you might prefer one over the other. You receive the Illumination foundation in this kit, which is absolutely fantastic, and you can see from my face, and you can see a before and after the kind of coverage it provides. It's, I would say, medium to full coverage. It's easily buildable without getting too cakey, and obviously, you don't need any concealer, although I tend to wear concealer, and for the record, both liquid and cream concealers do play nicely when worn over this powder foundation, which can't be said for all powder foundations. You just don't need it. So that's the foundation, and I use the brush that comes with it. This is the Heavenly Luxe Double Airbrush Foundation Brush. You can see that it looks like a duo fiber. It's not actually. It's more of a flat kabuki, and it has kind of diffused bristles, so it really does work perfectly to buff foundation product into the skin. I then went in with the CC Plus Radiance Ombre Blush. This is in the shade Je ne sais quoi, and as I described it earlier, it's kind of a rose ombre, so you get this really deep pinky rose that fades into this light kind of pink toned highlight shade. I also use this same brush to apply this as well. You'll see the way I did it is I just took kind of an edge of the brush and swiped it in the shade that I wanted, applied that, at least the boldest shade, on where I would normally put blush. Then I went to a different edge of the brush, swiped it in the highlight shade, and applied that to the tops of my cheekbones. This ombre blush is beautiful. The texture is phenomenal. It's super finely milled. Each of these different shades is very distinctly separated within the pan, so you can use them separately to get 3 different blush tones, or you can swirl them all together to get one very shimmery blush, so you really have a built-in highlight as well. So not only is the layout very functional, but the pigmentation is fantastic. fantastic, and the wear time is really great, all day wear without fading or smudging or moving around your face. Moving on to the eyes, I then went in with the No Tug Waterproof Gel Eyeliner in the shade Black Brown, and I smudged that over my upper lash line, and then I put that in my waterline and I smudged it down there as well. This is very emollient, so it glides on easily, and then I went in with a pencil brush and just smudged it out. It's very easy. You have a little bit of time to work with it. However, once it dries down really well. It's one of those that stays in the waterline really well too without irritating it and getting caught on my contact lenses, which can happen sometimes with liners. If they're emollient enough to glide on my waterline, they are creamy enough to get in my eyes themselves and stick to my contact lenses. And with a waterproof eyeliner, you have to virtually toss your lenses out. It's just awful, and that's not the case with this, which is good news, but it is still very creamy, so much so that it gives you a little bit of time to work with, smudge it out, and then once it's there, it stays all day. You also get this sharpener on the end, so if you do find that your tip is dulling here, you can sharpen that up really nicely so you can do some precise liner work. And then the only other product I'm wearing on my eyes, or face period, since we're getting to the last of the products, is the brand new mascara that comes in this set. It's the Hello Lashes Extensions 24-Hour Lash Extending Fiber Mascara. The wand is very similar to the Hello Lashes, the original mascara. However, you can see the packaging is very different. But you open it up, the wands, like I said, very similar. They both have a ball tip end, which I find is great for not only getting the outer lashes to flare nicely, but also applying the right amount to the lower lashes as well, if that's the kind of look you want to achieve. And yet the bristles here are plastic and they're very well defined, so they're very good at separating and lengthening the lashes. The lengthening mascara in particular, is exceptionally good at lengthening lashes, and the differences between the formula is that I would say the new one, the Lash Extensions, is a little bit finer, not watery, just a little bit more thinner, and then obviously because of it contains fibers, which is why it's the Extensions mascara. This one does not contain fibers, whereas this one contains very sparse fibers within the formula itself. So unlike those two-parted where you'll put the mascara and then you'll layer the fibers over top, this has the fibers built in. However, not so much that you really notice them building up on the wand. They're very subtle, so in the event you're worried about getting clumpy lashes, this will not do it. I found this to be very layerable while keeping the lashes nice and lengthened and separated. So that's everything that comes in this set. I think it's pretty easy to tell that I really like this set. I think it creates a fantastic face in and of itself. Granted, the one thing that I added today were lips. I am wearing a separate lip product that didn't come with all of this, but even without the lips, I think it created a fantastic look. I always think it's great when you can get a full face out of one set. This should retail, or it's worth, a total of $153. Normally it retails for $67.50, and then for the today's special value it's going to be $54.96. So it's going to be an absolute steal even when it's not a special value, but I want to go ahead and get this out there because it is an awesome deal. The one thing, just to reiterate, I know I said this before, but just so it's clear, the one thing that might vary from person to person is the foundation you prefer. Like I said, the illumination is what comes in this kit. However, it does have kind of an illuminating sheen in it, so those with combination or oilier skin tones might find that it's not always the foundation for them. And if that's the case with you, totally recommend the normal Celebration foundation. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this video helped. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!